Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever reported standard deviation without really checking your data? Because if you have, you are not alone. And that one mistake can completely change how your results look. In this video, I will break down standard deviation in a simple way and show you where most people go wrong. And this matters more than you might think. Standard deviation directly affects how we interpret data. If your variability is wrong, your conclusions can be wrong. Your experiment may not replicate and your results may look reliable when they are not. In clinical settings, this can even affect reference ranges and diagnostic decisions. So, before we get into the mistakes, let's first understand what standard deviation really means. Standard deviation is simply a measure of how spread out your data is. If your values are close to the mean, the standard deviation is low. If they are scattered, the standard deviation is high. It tells you how consistent or variable your data really is. Now, here is where things start getting interesting. Two datasets can have exactly the same mean but behave very differently. One dataset can be tightly clustered and consistent, while the other is widely spread and unpredictable. If you only report the mean, you are missing this important difference. And once you understand this, the formula becomes much easier to interpret. Standard deviation is the square root of variance. Variance measures the average square distance from the mean. When working with sample data, we divide by n-1 to reduce bias in the estimate. But the real issue is not the formula, it's how we use it. A common mistake is using standard deviation for skewed data. Many biological datasets are not normally distributed. In such cases, the mean is already biased and the standard deviations becomes misleading. A better approach is to use the median and interquartile range. And this is just one of the common mistakes. Another common mistake is confusing standard deviation with standard error. Standard deviation describes variability in your data, and standard error describes how precise your estimate of the mean is. Since standard error decreases with large sample sizes, it can make data appear more consistent than it actually is. And this issue becomes even more problematic with small datasets. With small sample sizes, standard deviation becomes unstable. A single value can significantly change the estimate, making the variability unreliable. This is why very small sample sizes should always be interpreted with caution. Let's see how this affects real experimental data. In qPCR experiments, two runs can have the same average CT value but very different variability. A low standard deviation indicates consistent and reliable results. A high standard deviation suggests technical issues such as pipetting errors, contamination, or poor assay design. So even if the mean is the same, the data quality is not. So how do you avoid these mistakes? Standard deviation should be used when your data is approximately normally distributed, your sample size is sufficient, and you are working with continuous variables. If these conditions are not met, standard deviation may not represent your data accurately. A simple framework can help make this decision easier. For normal data, use mean and standard deviation. For skewed data, use median and interquartile range. If you are describing the precision of the mean, then use standard error. Choosing a correct measure makes a significant difference in how your data is interpreted. Let's quickly summarize the key points. Standard deviation measures variability, not accuracy. Always check your data distribution before using it. And remember that small sample sizes can make your estimate unreliable. Misusing standard deviation can lead to incorrect conclusions. Have you ever used standard deviation without checking your data? If yes, comment stats below. And if you found this useful, like and subscribe for more content on biostatistics and research. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next video.